Pretty good, Steven.
Cruella de Vil. If she doesn't scare you, no evil thing will. She's like a spider waiting for the kill. Cruella, Cruella de Vil. Nice. Welcome back to Every Disney Movie Ever. My name is Jess, and this is the week of guests. And today we have Caroline.
Hi guys! Happy to be
In
person. Very excited about that.
Today we're going to talk about 101 Dalmatians, the live action.
Yes.
101 Dalmatians is a 1996 theatrical release. It is directed by Stephen Herrick, cinematography by Adrian Biddle, editing by Trudy, music by Michael Kamen, and it's written by John Hughes. Stephen Herrick, I covered in the video about the Mighty Ducks. The link will be in the description.
Adrian Biddle is best known for V for Vendetta, Thelma and Louise, 1492, Conquest of Paradise, and Aliens.
Trudy Shipp is best known for The Pelican Brief, Sleeper, Sophie's Choice, and Mr. Holland's Opus.
Michael Kamen, Jess covered in The Three Musketeers. Link will be down in the description.
John Hughes is best known for Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, The Breakfast Club, 16 Candles, just The Brat Pack, St. Elmo's Fire, you just name it. John Hughes did it pretty much. The film is based off a book of the same name by Dodie Smith, and I've actually already done a book comparison for this movie, but not this movie. If you want to see the original storyline of the book, I will put the link in the description to the animated 101 Dalmatians video. The film stars Jeff Daniels, Jolie Richardson, Glenn Close, Hugh, Laurie, Mark Williams, and Joan Plowright. Jeff Daniels plays Roger and is best known for The Squid and the Whale, The Purple Rose of Cairo, Steve Jobs, and Dumb and Dumber.
Jolie Richardson plays Anita, and she is best known for Nip Tuck, Event Horizon, and The Patriot and Maggie.
Glenn Close plays Cruella and is best known for The Big Chill, The World According to Garp, The Natural, and Fatal Attraction.
Hugh Laurie plays Jasper, and he is best known for House, Tomorrowland, Flight of the Phoenix, and Sense and Sensibility.
Mark Williams plays Horace, and he's best known for Shakespeare in Love and being Arthur Weasley in the Harry Potter franchise.
Joan Plowright plays the nanny, and she is best known for Dennis the Menace, Spider-Rick Chronicles, Dinosaur, and Enchanted April.
Any animatronics in the film, like the raccoon, were from Jim Henson's Creature Shop, and Sigourney Weaver and Kathy Moriarty both were up for Cruella, but declined and or didn't work out, and Glenn Close got the role.
Minster Court was used as Cruella's exterior for her fashion house, Sarum Chase was used as her regular house exterior, and her car was a modified 1974 Panther DeVille.
The film had a $75 million budget and made $320.7 million in the box office. I would consider that a massive success.
Yes.
It only has a 42% on Rotten Tomatoes. People greatly praised Glenn Close in the role of Cruella, but otherwise said it was a pretty bland movie.
The film has a video game, a sequel, and a soon-to-be Cruella spin-off. I really liked the cast that they had. The Roger, Anita, Cruella, the bad guys, Jasper and Horace. I thought the cast was very well done, and we both agreed that the score was phenomenal.
Yes, the music stands out. From
so
the
much.
beginning, the opening music, you're like, oh, fun. I don't know why I keep getting surprised about the quality of some of these movies, like production quality, technical quality speaking. I feel like maybe because I had quite a few TV releases and then some of the theatrical releases were kind of for a while, that, except for obviously animation, but that to have Muppet Treasure Island and some of these others come in and be really well done theatrically speaking, or live action speaking, and just technically speaking. I keep getting surprised. Muppet Treasure Island, I was like, whoa, production quality high. I'm blown away. So I remember really liking this as a kid, but I have not seen it since I was really young.
A long minute.
I know I buried 102 Dalmatians into the ground a bit when I was little, so I barely remembered this. I remembered Glenn Close as Cruella, pretty much. And I knew Jeff Daniels was Roger. I did not remember how freaking adorable the dogs are. Oh my god.
Stole the movie, my goodness.
But the just technically speaking, the music, the cinematography,
was so good.
The acting, all of that, technically speaking, was superior. The writing
to the original.
The dialogue
was good.
Was incredible. Some of Glenn Close's lines were just
Prime.
so good.
Her and Dennis's like bantering back and forth were just
Dennis.
not Dennis, the Jeff. Roger.
Oh, Roger. Jeff Daniels.
Okay, Jeff. I had D in my head.
Roger.
So yeah, Glenn's and Roger's reaction, like
reaction.
their banter.
Well,
was
and just their reactions to each other. Like
yes.
Jeff Daniels' reactions to the way she was treating him were so good. Like that's how you know you have a top tier cast, is when they're reacting off each other really well. But just Glenn Close had a million lines in this movie that were just like we've lost more women to marriage than to war, disease, famine, and disaster. Like, it's just like, woo! This is so amazing. What a great line. Like, it's just so good. And then she does a mirror, mirror on the wall, which I thought was fun, because that's a Snow White moment. And just, Glenn Close, obviously,
so good.
So incredible in this movie. She received the praise she deserved, because she's
slayed
Cruella.
Every Cruella outfit that she had, she just head to toe looked amazing.
Slayed every outfit.
So good. Claws included. Love the claws.
But
such
also,
a good touch.
I feel like there's not a lot of people who could be like that insane in a live action movie and it not be like campy and dumb and ridiculous.
Like, it just came off of her so
you
naturally.
believe it. You buy all of it. Like, you go in, like, I went in expecting it to be kind of like, you know, okay, hokey, it's you know, whatever. And it's a good movie. Like, it's believable to a point, you know, Like, 15 puppies popping out of one dog, that's, I know it's happened, but that's, woo. And then Glenn Close plays Cruella so wildly, but not so far out there that you don't believe a person could be like that. I'm like, oh my god, what human being would want to murder a bunch of puppies just for their fur? But people have done worse things, so I definitely believe that person could be out there, and like, she's obviously deranged, so.
When she, like, just busted into the barn, and she, like, sees them in the haystack, and she's like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna take this big stabby fork thing and stab the haystack, like, without hesitation, like, didn't even think about it. She was like, gut.
She's like, oh, here, this is what it is, stab, stab, stab.
And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, and, like, the fact that she didn't quit. She went through all of that stuff, like the molasses and the animals beating her up and manure and just all of it. Just because she wanted the puppies for the fur, for the coat. And, like, she killed a tiger that was in captivity, not in the wild. Like, she obviously was a little, had some issues. But Glenn Close did a fantastic job. Like, I bought all of it. I bought everything Cruella did. It wasn't like, okay, this is stupid. Like, it was straight up like, this woman needs help.
And I was really impressed with, we talked about this multiple times, about how much she, like, did the dirty work. Like, there are so many scenes where she is covered, head to toe, in some sort of crap.
In the crap.
Mud, molasses, like, it's her. It's not a stunt double.
Well,
it's
it was
her.
probably a stunt double
like,
at certain
at certain
scenes.
points, but there's lots of close-ups where
but there were close-ups where it's definitely Glenn Close covered in crap.
Yep, cover me and stuff, and let's film some things. So I, like, have to give her a lot of mad credit for that, because she was a trooper.
$75 million budget, I'm sure she got, like, a chunk of that change. She got paid well for the crap she had to go through, I'm sure.
Literally.
Although it was definitely not actually real crap. They came up with makeup things that made it look like that. But yeah, she got dirty.
We talked about that, the big bubble that comes out when she screams out in the molasses, and it's just like, like the giant bubble. I always thought that was...
Yeah. I don't think that's her. I think that's a stunt double.
Probably
I don't think they would put
double,
Glenn Close
no.
in a vat of something sticky she could suffocate in. I think that was a stunt double. I think you're right about the cast. I think the cast is incredible. Jeff Daniels is just peak. Like, he can do anything. I mean, he's done Dumb and Dumber.
Yep.
And then he's done, like, The Newsroom, which is a very dramatic show on, like, Showtime or HBO or one of those. You know, like, it's so dramatic. Or, like, The Martian, where he's, like, mean and kind of intimidating. And then he's like, Roger.
Like,
and friggin'. And he's like, I'm approachable and cute and I make video games. Like, he's done everything, and I'm so impressed by him. And then Jolie Richardson is Anita. She's just the sweetest little sweet bean. And then the dogs I mentioned. are so adorable. I haven't probably seen like a real Dalmatian since I
don't know if I've ever really seen.
I've seen real Dalmatians in person.
I don't know if I have,
but from like afar. And then Gretchen, my dad's dog, is definitely at least some part Dalmatian, because she's definitely got a little bit similar fur, and then her head is very Dalmatian-y, but she's a mix of a lot of things. So
yeah, the dogs look great, but we also talked about the training. Those dogs
I feel like
were
Dalmatians
so
get a rap
well-trained.
for being stupid. They're like a stupid dog. But Pongo,
Those
the
ones
dog
were
who played
not.
Pongo, was trained to do
so much
more than just being a dog in a film. Like
Yeah.
he was trained almost like a service dog, where he could open doors and he could pull blankets and he could start coffee and like he could do all these things.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of stuff service dogs are trained to do. So the fact that it, break stigmas about dogs. It's all in the training. It's all in the training. No dog is stupider than the other, I don't think.
Yeah.
But they were stupid cute.
Yes.
Cinematographer did a fantastic job capturing how cute these are. Like, oh, they're cute. Like, I started the movie and I was like, oh my god, like,
their face.
oh my god.
There's so much expression in their eyes. I felt
well,
like,
that's
especially
all
the
the
adult ones.
cinematography and the editing, because the dog is just following whatever they're being told to do. So, the cinematography, editing, and music told so much of the story, because they don't make the animals speak in this. And there's a huge chunk of this movie that is just the animals working, like the Twilight Bark entire sequence. There's no dialogue because the animals are all working together, and they accomplish so much through the editing, through the music, and through the shots and tricks they chose for the dogs. And it's amazing. It reminded me a lot of Benji, the Hunted, the movie I had to watch, where it's about just a dog taking care of some tiger cubs, mountain lion cubs, and there's no dialogue. The dog doesn't talk, and they accomplish so much through like the shots and the editing, and just the editing really soars in things that are silent or don't have dialogue.
Because there's quite a few scenes where it's just the dogs, like that shaggier dog that was like leading all the puppies out, like that was just all dogs.
Well, the
no
entire Twilight
dialogue,
Bark
and
sequence.
then, that.
Where the dog literally went in and told all these other animals what happened. He threw a bag over his shoulder and was like hopping, like.
Yeah.
They tell it. The ability to like, you take a shot of a dog, okay? And you go, okay, we're gonna show the dog. We're gonna show the puppies. We're gonna show the dog. We're gonna show the puppy. Like, and the fact that like it communicates something to an audience the way you order it. So like, having the dog just go from this to this, and in between that you have a dude say dead puppies, so it looks like the dog is reacting and understanding that the man just said they're gonna kill the puppies.
And he's like, what?
Like the fact that you have that reaction, and then Perdita coming home and seeing that her puppies aren't in the thing.
Basket.
The dog was just listening to instructions.
Yeah.
That dog was not sad. That dog was trained to do whatever it was doing.
that
It
music.
didn't actually lose its puppies. But showing, like, slowly Perdita approaching and seeing it's empty, the music, the shot of the people reacting to Perdita seeing that her puppies are gone, helps you get to the emotion of it. And then Perdita approaching it even more, and then laying in it and setting her head down, and then Pongo going over and laying down, and they lay on it. Ooh, I cried at that part, because I was like, oh my god, because the editing and the music and the reactions of the humans all conveyed the message they were going for, which was be sad, because Perdita's sad. Even though, no, because the dog obviously didn't actually lose any puppies, because the dog was definitely not pregnant. Sorry, editing's incredible.
No, I absolutely agree with you.
Editing is an incredible tool, and I'm very blown away. A lot of CG puppies.
So many CG
A lot
puppies.
of fake puppies.
Ooh, speaking of the puppies, the names too. We talked about how the puppies were super well named. Like,
Well,
very
we
cute
only
and
hear
clever.
like 3 or 4 of them, but
the
they're
ones-
so fun.
so
Two-Tone and Whizzer, of course, and
Dipstick's
Lucky,
my
and
favorite.
Dipstick is cute. Those are all fun. They didn't get engaged the same day they met,
Yes, so they're
after like an hour maybe.
Yep. Would you like a cup of marriage?
And
I do.
I get it. That is the most unbelievable part of
Yes,
this movie
yes,
for me,
yes.
which is hysterical, because them keeping 101 puppies.
Yes. No.
Well, 101 Dalmatians is asinine, but I'll buy that more than I'll buy them getting married and getting engaged the day they met after an hour.
Like, oh, we gotta do it for the
Which
dogs,
is hilarious.
'cause
I believe they'll have
can't
100
live with
dogs
it. Oh, yeah.
before I believe that they got engaged. Although I know there are people that do that.
Yeah.
Love at first sight is a lot of thing, for some people. The she's going to kill the puppies realization. gave me goosebumps the first time I watched it. Like, when it clicks that it
She's like,
definitely
"Where's my
was
sketchbook?"
Quilla. She's like, where's my sketchbook? Grabs it and hands it, and when she says she's going to kill the puppies,
It just...
and like Jeff Daniels and the nanny both look at her, I like the sting. It's a very dramatic sting. Boom, boom, like, you know. But just the reaction and the way it was, how just she's going to kill the puppies. The realization, I was like, ooh, I had goosebumps all over. I was like, it took you that long to realize she stole the puppies and she was gonna kill them?
I know.
Like,
And then we also talked about how, like, when they had originally gone out and taken the adult puppies, and how it's like the whole street is empty except this super suspicious black truck with 2 shady-looking guys, and it's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna walk
yeah,
like that.
I noticed that the second time watching with you. I did not notice that the first time. It was just like the only car on this
Whole
road directly in front of your house.
Yeah, not even like
has 2 men in
out of the
it
way.
being super suspicious, and you're just like, I'm taking my doggies for a walk. Taking my doggies for a walk. Like, no. And then the nanny just straight up opening the door. You live in London. Be
Yes.
smarter than that.
And the Horace and Jasper putting on the nylon that is completely see-through.
Yeah, you can
So you know what we're gonna do?
definitely
We're gonna cover our face, but not actually cover our face in any form, because he like lifted it up after they had put the nanny in the closet. He's like, all right, well that's done. Like the old bird put up a fight, and I'm like, really? Your masking was so
Yeah, it wasn't good.
couldn't catch ya.
Did you like it better than how you remember it?
I think I was kind of like you, mixing the 2 movies together and couldn't exactly remember which parts were what. But I definitely, like, I remember watching this quite a few times, and I still really enjoyed it today, as much as I probably did back
I
then.
remembered almost none of this movie, and I was super surprised at how well done it was. I mean, obviously it's not perfect, but I mean, just some of the shot, like the snow shot of the Dalmatians, the slow motion snow.
pretty.
Like, that's
So
just pretty. And then just in general, Jeff Daniels and Jolie Richardson were fantastic, and obviously Glenn Close was fantastic. So to have that much, and then Hugh Laurie, we know Hugh Laurie is an excellent actor, and Mark Williams is an excellent. So just to have that much talent,
in one
and
movie.
then give them material that isn't awful. Oh, that's the other thing. People were complaining that the story was bland, but the original 101 Dalmatians animation is simple. It's a very simple story. It's short, it's to the point.
And I feel like they stuck
And that's what
to that pretty
was
well.
so charming about the original 101 Dalmatians. Like, people loved that it was so simple. They were like, it's charming, it's got this certain, like, je ne sais quoi, you know, like, it had just that little something. It didn't have to be super, like,
all this
complicated
crazy
and
stuff.
intense.
Yeah.
And I feel like this live action one captured that pretty well.
Yes, I think so. I think they did
You
it
didn't
just with...
stick with the puppies as much, you know, like in the animation. Obviously, there's this whole, like, a lot of steps to getting them back to London. But they took, instead of doing that, they just beat the crap out of Glenn Close. So I think it was good. I enjoyed it. I was very surprised. I definitely feel like I like it more than when I was a kid, because I don't remember it from when I was a kid. So
I love one of my favorite parts is all the slapstick things that happen to Jasper and Horace, like
the electrocution.
The electrocution, like when he gets dumped in the pond and he like comes out and he freezes because it's so cold, and then getting shot with the walnuts that the raccoons had shoved up the tailpipe. Like, just I always love those, like, just
That's funny.
haha.
I don't know why I like the entire sequence where the woodpecker would knock on the door and they kept like opening the door different ways. I like that.
I thought that was so cute because it was like double at first, and then it was
through just the
tall
tiny
one
one
and the short one, and they had switched spots when they came back in, like they had switched the doors. Yes, that was very cute.
Yeah, I liked that one.
Oh, and then also when they like had finally got arrested, like Jasper and Horace are out in the field and they hear the cops and they're like, thank God.
Yeah, that's
They're
so
like,
funny.
we're done.
They're like, oh, I'm over it. I'd rather go to jail. Like, that was
And then they get
hysterical.
in there like, it's so warm in here and there's no animals.
You know you've been through some stuff when you're thankful
Like,
to get
super
arrested. That's a lot. But yeah, I love Hugh Laurie. Dan, this is a good movie. It's a good movie.
It was
It's
just-
entertaining.
It was very wholesome and just like
Dogs are cute, man.
yes, like
Not
not
over
super
it.
complicated, but just like a cute animal movie.
What would you rate it?
Ooh, all right, rating. I would probably give it a 7. I like that it's simple, but it's also a little too simple at some points. But it's like so 7.
My final rating came out to be an 8, but my opinion was also a 7. So definitely go check out the breakdown because some categories got higher scores than others, obviously, because the technical stuff is now starting to kind of shine.
Yes.
So my final score is 8 Dalmatians. It's gotta be Dalmatians.
Totally.
Out of 10. 7 Dalmatians out of 10.
7 Dalmatians.
Our total movie count is $3.99.
Yes! I'm so excited to be the one before the big one again. 2nd year in a row, folks.
Cry count. Our cry count is...
Don't cry. That cry count.
That was so
Oh.
appropriate. Thanks, Casey. Parenthood Soul is still the same. If you want to keep up with what movie I'm watching when, follow me on Instagram or Twitter. You find out what movie I'm watching when. I put up videos every Monday, Friday, and sometimes Wednesday, but every day this week for the week of guests. Tomorrow's the 400! And then the anniversary. Wow, you guys have really been here. Go check out Carol Ann's interview on Patreon and her request. She requested Sinbad of the Seven Seas.
I am so excited about that one.
And her interview will be up at the same time this video was uploaded. Please join Patreon, for real. There's a lot of stuff going on over there. People need to see it.
Cool stuff.
People need to go watch it.
Go check it out.
It's pretty awesome. Be nice to a teacher, because Carolina's a teacher.
Yes, as this crazy
Yes.
adventure starts. So patience and kindness all around.
Thank you for being here.
Yes, so
I love
excited to
having
be here.
you.
Yes,
It's the bestest. We're gonna go make chocolate cupcakes.
so excited.
Until next time, which is tomorrow. Comment, like, subscribe, and on you are, so you do, and don't be Cruella de Vil about it.
Do.
To see her is to take a sudden chill. Cruella de Vil.